Well, for more on Secretary Kerry's trip and the controversy surrounding the presidential elections there, I spoke a short time ago to Shuja Nawaz. He's the director of the South Asia Centre at the Atlantic Council. John Kerry is holding a second day of talks with the rival candidates for president of Afghanistan. What are the chances that the US Secretary of State can broker a deal?
I think he's creating an enabling environment for them. It'll be up to them to work out the details on two bases. One is the constitutional basis, which is what does the Constitution prescribe for an impasse like this? And the other is the political basis. What are the deals that they can work out amongst themselves on what's acceptable to the two candidates?
And how much leverage do the Americans even have, given that they're looking towards withdrawing combat troops from Afghanistan?
Well, they have some leverage because you've got the money. And the Afghan government cannot survive without foreign assistance, and without the US assistance, the Europeans and other sources of funding will start to walk away from Afghanistan. And then history will repeat itself badly, which we don't want to happen in Afghanistan.
Now, Abdullah is claiming vote rigging in favour of his rival Ashraf Ghani. What evidence does he have to support that claim?
Well, he's presented some evidence, but it hasn't been fully documented as yet. And so the process is now underway, and I think there will be agreement between the two camps on the number of polling stations that will be audited. The critical issue is really going to be time, because July 22nd is when the announcement has to be made. Now, that's not a drop-dead deadline. That can be extended. But then August 2nd is the inauguration of the new president. So they have some leeway, and if they can get a decision on the next president before August 2nd, that will be for the better, because then the new president will be in place. He can sign the bilateral security agreement. He can renew the status of forces agreement with NATO or reaffirm it. And then some of the decisions that have been made about supporting Afghanistan by NATO and other allies can then be taken in the fall.
What about Hamid Karzai? Is he a neutral figure in all this?
No, not really. I mean, he has been in the heart of Afghan politics, and he will not cease and desist from being a player. But I think at this point, the greatest weight really must be given to the Afghan people that voted in enormous numbers. Now, of course, there was rigging all over the country, but we just have to find out the proof for that.
Are you optimistic that this can be resolved?
I think so. I think the Afghans have traditionally been able to resolve differences amongst themselves under a term that is sometimes used to describe the process called Misaq-e-Milli, which is a concord of the people. And Afghanistan has been a country with national boundaries for much longer than its neighborhood. So I think I'm optimistic.
Shuja Nawaz, let's hope that concord of the people can work this out. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.